Hey guys, do you get clicking in your joints? If you were to bend down or, well, straighten out your knee, do you get clicking within the joint? Or if, let's say, you were to reach out for something, does your shoulder click? Now, is that clicking a problem? Well, let's talk about that. So clicking joints, it affects a lot of people. However, is it really a problem? Now, to answer that question, you need to first ask a few more questions. The first one is it actually just clicking in the joint, or do you feel the urge to click or crack it? If it is an urge, that's a different problem. In fact, if that is your problem, you should go in and see a chiropractor. There's something going on with the position of the joint that's giving you the urge. It's not normal to feel the urge to crack a joint. However, if you were to get clicking within the joint and there was no lack of movement, there was no pain, there was no discomfort, then that clicking is just not a problem, especially when it comes to your knees and your ankles. However, if it comes with pain, then that is another problem. If the joint clicking suddenly brings on some sort of sharp pain, well, you should do something about it. That usually indicates that there is some sort of ligament laxity or joint misalignment that needs to be fixed ASAP. Because what that's going to do is affect the way you move. It's going to affect your biomechanics, and it can cause more issues going down the road. If a joint was under poor biomechanics, what will happen is some tissues, your muscles, your tendons, they may be under some extra load, and that extra load can lead on to tears, can lead on to ruptures in future. So you do not want to do that, especially if you're a very active person, if you're a sports person or dancer. Now, another thing to think about sometimes is what that clicking is coming from. If that clicking is coming from, let's say, a tendon, so let's take the shoulder for example. If, let's say, you were to be moving in and out like that, and you hear clicking, like you can feel a popping in and out. Sometimes you can even put your hand over there and you might feel a little ropey tendon that seems to be popping in and out of a groove. Well, that can sometimes be something like a biceps tendon that's not sitting well in the bicipital groove. That is just an example. It can occur in many different locations in your body. But if that is the case, then you have an instability. That instability sometimes needs to be dealt with as well, because it can wear out the tendon and once again cause long-term issues. Now, when it comes to dealing with these issues, it's not so straightforward, because depending on the body part, whether it's the ankle, the knee, the shoulder or the wrist, all these different joints have different muscles, different tendons and different solutions to solving these problems. So if, let's say, it's a shoulder for example, you may need to work on external rotators or stabilizers of the shoulder, get them activated before you do any of your exercises, your weighted movements or your training. Some of these things are very, very important. Now, I would not suggest diagnosing such issues on your own. If you are just getting clicking and it's not causing you too much pain, or well, it's not causing you any pain, well, you don't have to worry too much about it. But if you are concerned and you want to actually treat it, my suggestion is see a chiropractor or someone who knows what they're talking about when it comes to physical movement, whether it's a PT or physiotherapist. When it comes to dealing with these issues, you may need someone who deals with extremities a lot more. Things like shoulders and knees and wrists and ankles, sports injuries. Maybe they treat a lot more athletes, and they would have the experience and the knowledge to back up what they're telling you to do. If someone is just telling you to do stretches for some of these problems, well, I might look for someone who does not just look at stretches, but also looks at muscle activation, because that is also a key problem when it comes to these issues. Alright, we will cover a little bit more in depth when it comes to some of these problems, but for now, I hope you guys get the rough idea. If you have a clicking joint that has no pain, well, don't worry too much about it. But if it comes with pain, if it comes with discomfort, and if, let's say, you feel something flicking in and out, well, in that case, get a professional to have a look at it. Alright, so that's all from me today. It was a very quick and simple video. If you like it, well, click that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you next week with more on health. Till next time, see ya.